Hello, Michael Perry here from the Big Bear Lighthouse Project. I'm the executive director for the Lighthouse Project, and I'm making this video at the request of Andrea Mitchell, our leader in the Give Big campaign in San Bernardino County. She's asked me to tell you a little bit about how Lighthouse has been successful in the Give Big campaign for the last 3 years. She wanted me to tell you the size of our nonprofit. We're basically very, very small. I'm a part-time executive director, and then we have volunteers that run all of our programs. We have programs in our school system. We have a community garden project. We have Odyssey of the Mind in the high school, and several other programs. So it's here in Big Bear Lake, or Big Bear Valley. Our annual budget would probably be about, I'd guess maybe $60,000 or something like that. And we'd get some small grants, but a lot of it is raised through fundraising here locally. And why this is important to be part of the Give Big campaign, for several reasons. Number one, we've benefited our organization with tens of thousands of dollars. We've been very successful in the campaign in raising money, and then winning some of the prizes and things like that. And what we found was we asked for a small amount of money. $10 per donation is all we ask for. And what we say is, I usually go out and get some of our normal benefactors that have donated to us year after year. I get them to, or I'll have a little fundraising dinner or do something, but I'll raise maybe $5,000 or so. And then I'll use that for matching money. And what I'll say to the people that were asking for the $10, that may be new donors, or maybe they gave us $10 the year before, I say that we have a match. If they put in 10, we're going to get $10. It's a dollar for dollar match. That always excites them. The other thing I tell them is, I take a look at the prizes that are being offered in the Give Big campaign. And, you know, sometimes those prizes are, I don't know, $5,000, $10,000 if you were able to get first place in the two categories. And I'll say, hey, your $10 could win us, say, $5,000. And, you know, that's huge. The dollar for dollar match sounds pretty good, but a $10 for $5,000 essentially match, that's huge. So we tell people if we can get enough $10 donations, we're going to win, say, $5,000, whatever the first prize is. And we have actually done that a couple of years. So that's a huge leverage that any organization can use to try to get people excited about the campaign, the Give Big campaign. So those are our kind of little tricks we've used with our donors and our benefactors. It does take some time, but frankly, I don't do much until, say, about 30 days ahead of time. And 30 days ahead of time, I'll start sending out emails, and I'll send them personally. I don't send blanket emails with 50 or 100 people BCC'd or anything like that. I send personal emails. Dear Steve, you've supported us in the past. I'll have a template that I'll copy over and over again, but then I'll stick in the Steve, and I'll say, the rest of it might be a template, but then I'll email it to them individually so that they're getting a personal approach. I find that that's hugely more successful than the blanket email, excuse me, where we don't have the responses that we do to the personal ones. So that's one tip, is make it personal. The other one is every person, even myself, has a limited amount of personal contacts and emails. Maybe I have 100 or 200 or whatever. So it's good to split that up. One of the most successful groups are AAUW here in Big Bear, who won first place last year. They have 40, 50, 60 ladies in their group, and each lady is challenged to get 10 donations. And again, they go for $10 a piece. So if you've got 50 ladies in your group, or even if you have 10 or 20, if they have 50 and they get 10 each, that's 500 donations they've gotten 500 easily wins the whole Give Big campaign, and that's how they did it last year. They split it up and had each of the ladies go after a very, I think, fairly small number of $10 donations. I mean, most of us can find 10 people we know to give a $10 donation. And so that's how they won the whole campaign last year. And so I really recommend that maybe your organization doesn't have 50 people, but get 5 or 10 people and then ask their spouse to do 10, and 10 people turns into 20. And then network that way, and just tell people, give them the template, email them the template, and just say, please stick in 10 people's names and send this off. And the other advice I have is a template that actually has the link to your Razoo page, your donation page, actually has the link there. You say, click on this, donate $10, it's tax deductible, etc., etc. Put the link right in there so you make it so easy for them all.